Hello everyone, my name is Gilbert Munoz, and my presentation is on adaptive technology for the disabled and why it matters. I chose this topic because my wife is pursuing her master's in biomechanical engineering and wants to help people by making more advanced prostheses. She especially wants to help people in the military who have lost a limb due to war and things of that nature because she's seen it a lot since I'm in the military. So what is adaptive technology? Anything made for the sole purpose of maintaining or increasing the capabilities of people with disabilities such as wheelchairs, hearing aids, software, and even smartphones. The great thing about adaptive technology is that it gives people with disabilities a better chance to seek employment. It also gives them better quality of life, and it can even enhance their self-esteem. For example, I read an article about microtia, which is a deformity of a person's ear, and how auricular prostheses were becoming so advanced that the prosthetic ears looked very real. I would imagine an adaptive technology like that could definitely improve a person's outlook on life, especially at a younger age. Now, I'm going to take you through an ordinary day for a disabled veteran. I want you to imagine yourself in the military, and after a tour in Afghanistan, you got blown up by an improvised explosive device, or an IED, and you lost most of your hearing and most of your vision, and you lost both of your legs in the service of your country. Months later, you're a civilian and it's your first day at your new office job across town. So how do you make sure your alarm wakes you up? How can you see what time it is with impaired vision? How do you make turning on the lights easier? And how do you get around the house to get ready for work? Well, thank goodness for hearing aids that amplify noises around you to help you hear your alarm that your phone is giving off. Smartphones even have the capability to make text bigger, bolder, brighter, so you can see things like the time a lot better. Smartphones even have other capabilities that can be used as adaptive technology for people with disabilities. And you're smart, and so you installed a sensor for your lights to turn on when you clap your hands. And thanks to adaptive technology, you have a motorized wheelchair to help you get around the house. So you finally made it through the day. And because of these adaptive technologies, your quality of life is a lot better. Could you imagine what it would be like without these technologies? I'm sure you'd rather not. So you managed to get to work on time, but as you're coming back from lunch, you notice the motion detector on the door is not working and your desk is on the 4th floor of the building. How do you get to work on time yet again when the door won't open and there's no one around to help? Lucky for you, there's a button especially for you that opens the door. Now you're inside, and there's no way you're going to take the stairs. So you look around and you find an elevator. Isn't adaptive technology great? There are even some elevators that have buttons built in low inside of the elevator specifically for people with disabilities like you, which gives you a much better quality of life and helps you get to work on time. So it's a win-win. So you're finally finished with work and you made it through your first day, but it's time to take the bus. And as it stops in front of you, you notice there are steps in front of you to get onto the bus. There's no way you're going to get up those steps. So how do you get on the bus? And if you get on, will you be able to fit in with your wheelchair? Well, you guessed it, most public and school buses have automated ramps that are built in specifically for you to be able to ride the bus. Some buses even have built-in elevators like the school bus on the right, and don't worry about space. Most buses also have designated areas just for people with disabilities like you. So you get on the bus and finally make it home. Now, there are other obstacles you will have to overcome. Because first, you must find an adaptive technology that works for you. Then you must learn how to use that technology and then figure out how to pay for it, because motorized wheelchairs aren't cheap. So what happens when you don't like what you purchased but you can't return it? Well, technology abandonment is what happens. And what that is when the adaptive technology you purchase and you don't connect, when the adaptive technology you purchase and you don't connect, you put it away and you never use it again. There are many people trying to create policies that will enable people with disabilities like you to rent an adaptive technology to try it out first before you buy it. Because this will prevent people from wasting their money and abandoning their equipment. Wouldn't it be nice to try out something before you had to use it for the rest of your life? I would say so. So, what does the future hold for adaptive technology? Well, currently, adaptive technology has made extraordinary progress, going from canes and crutches to leg, arm, ear, and other types of prostheses that feel more skin-like, fit more comfortably, and look more lifelike. Systems and software have gone from being bulky and heavy to so small it can fit in the palm of your hand like a phone. Knowing how fast this technology is advancing, I have read articles explaining research being done so that people can feel with their prostheses through the use of microstimulators. Software like Siri for the iPhone are becoming so interactive that soon you'll be able to use it to navigate through the internet without the use of a keyboard or screen, which is great for those who are visually impaired or just blind. Now, this technology not only helps you, but it also helps other people of different cultures. Culture is a way of life for a group of people which encompasses their beliefs, values, behaviors, and symbols. You have a military culture, and adaptive technology helped you immensely, as you could see when we walked through your day, through your first day of work. The American culture is comprised of many different subcultures, but adaptive technology is indiscriminate of culture. Even the beautiful Japanese culture uses adaptive technology. I see it all the time living here on Okinawa. Just like the elevators that I mentioned earlier, they've got two sets of buttons. One's about chest high and the other one's about knee high in the elevators to help those with disabilities get to the buttons easier. So, regardless of who you are or where you come from, adaptive technology matters because humans will always have disabilities due to war, genetics, accidents, and many other things. This technology helps those that don't think they fit in, makes them feel like they fit in. So put yourself in their situation and remember all of the obstacles you had to overcome, because one day you may need adaptive technology as well.